Hello friends, welcome back to Vintage Coins RP. If you love rare, historical, and valuable coins from the United States and around the world, you're in the right place. Today, we're taking a close look at one of the most interesting coins in circulation, so stay tuned. And don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin content. So let's get started. The 1980 United States half dollar is officially known as the Kennedy half dollar, a coin that carries deep historical, cultural, and numismatic importance in American history. Struck at the United States Mint facility in Denver Mint, the D Mint mark on this coin represents its production in Denver. The Kennedy half dollar series was first introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination in 1963. The coin quickly became a symbol of national mourning and unity, and it remains one of the most recognizable U.S. coins ever produced. By 1980, the coin had already transitioned from its original 90% silver composition in 1964 to a 40% silver composition from 1965 to 1970, and then to a copper-nickel-clad composition beginning in 1971. Therefore, the 1980 Kennedy half dollar is made from a clad composition consisting of outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This composition gives the coin its distinctive silvery appearance while keeping production costs lower than silver coinage. On the obverse, front, of the 1980 half dollar, you will see a left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy. The design was created by Chief Engraver Gilroy Roberts, and it closely resembles Kennedy's official presidential medal portrait. The word Liberty appears prominently across the top of the coin, partially encircling the portrait. The national motto, "In God We Trust," is inscribed below the portrait, split into two sections on either side of Kennedy's neck. The year 1980 is struck at the bottom of the obverse, clearly marking the coin's date of issue. The mint mark D is located just above the date, indicating its production at the Denver Mint. The obverse design is both elegant and patriotic, reflecting America's values and honoring a beloved president whose legacy still resonates decades later. The reverse, back, of the 1980 Kennedy half dollar features the presidential seal of the United States, adapted for coinage by engraver Frank Gasparo. The design displays a heraldic eagle with wings spread wide, clutching an olive branch in its right talon and a bundle of arrows in its left talon. Above the eagle's head is a cluster of stars, symbolizing the states of the Union. Surrounding the eagle is the inscription United States of America along the top and half dollar along the bottom. The motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, appears above the eagle's head on a banner. This reverse design represents strength, unity, and the balance between peace and military readiness. It is a powerful emblem of American sovereignty and national identity. In terms of physical specifications, the 1980 Kennedy half dollar has a diameter of 30.6 millimeters and a thickness of approximately 2.15 millimeters. It weighs 11.34 grams, consistent with other clad half dollars produced after 1971. The edge of the coin is reeded, meaning it has small grooves around the circumference. These reeds were historically added to prevent clipping or shaving of precious metal from coins, a practice that was common when coins were made of silver or gold. Even though the 1980 half dollar contains no silver, the reeded edge remains a standard feature of U.S. coinage. The mintage of the 1980 Kennedy half dollar was substantial, with more than 33 million coins struck for circulation. Despite this relatively high mintage, half dollars were not widely used in everyday commerce by 1980. Their large size and declining popularity in daily transactions meant that many were saved by collectors or stored in bank vaults. As a result, finding high-grade examples of the 1980 is not extremely difficult, but truly pristine uncirculated specimens with strong luster and minimal contact marks can still command premium prices in the numismatic market. When discussing value, it is important to understand that the 1980 Kennedy half dollar is generally worth its face value of 50 cents in circulated condition. However, in uncirculated, mint state, grades, the coin may be worth several dollars depending on its quality. Coins graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services can bring higher premiums, especially if they exhibit strong eye appeal and minimal surface imperfections. While the 1980 is not considered rare, condition rarity plays a significant role in determining value. Collectors who focus on building high-grade registry sets often seek the finest known examples, which can sell for significantly more than common circulated pieces. Era coins from the Denver Mint in 1980 also attract attention from collectors. Off-center strikes, doubled dies, clipped planches, and other minting errors can increase a coin's value considerably. If a 1980D Kennedy half-dollar displays unusual characteristics such as doubling in the lettering or misalignment of the design, it may be worth professional evaluation. Error coins are prized because they represent unique moments in the minting process, adding an extra layer of interest to an already historic coin series. Historically, the year 1980 was an important period in the United States. The country was experiencing economic challenges, including high inflation and energy concerns. The presidency was transitioning from Jimmy Carter to Ronald Reagan following the 1980 election. While the Kennedy half-dollar does not directly commemorate events from 1980, it serves as a reminder of earlier decades and the enduring legacy of President Kennedy. The continued production of this coin demonstrates how deeply his image became embedded in American culture. For collectors in countries like Pakistan and around the world, the 1980D Kennedy half-dollar is an accessible and affordable piece of American history. Its large size makes it visually impressive, and its detailed design provides an excellent example of modern U.S. coin artistry. Many collectors appreciate the coin not only for its historical connection to President Kennedy, but also for its consistent design that has remained largely unchanged for decades. In fact, the Kennedy half-dollar continues to be minted today, although primarily for collectors rather than for general circulation. In conclusion, the 1980D United States Kennedy half-dollar is a classic example of modern American coinage. Struck at the Denver Mint, featuring the iconic portrait of President John F. Kennedy on the obverse and the powerful presidential seal on the reverse, it embodies national pride, remembrance, and unity. Although it does not contain silver and is not considered rare, its historical significance and aesthetic appeal ensure its lasting popularity among collectors. Whether found in circulation, purchased in uncirculated condition, or discovered in an old collection, the 1980D Kennedy half-dollar remains a meaningful and collectible coin that connects us to America's past and honors one of its most memorable leaders. The 1971 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar is a historically significant and widely recognized coin in United States numismatics, representing the first year that the Kennedy half-dollar series transitioned fully to a copper-nickel-clad composition, following the cessation of silver in regular circulation coins after 1970. Reflecting broader economic and production considerations in the post-1960s United States coinage system, and its creation, design, and ongoing popularity offer a lens into American cultural, political, and artistic history. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the absence of a mint mark, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar was produced during a period of substantial change in U.S. coinage, a decade after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963. Whose image on the obverse of the coin serves not only as a memorial to his legacy but also as a unifying symbol of national identity, patriotism, and remembrance, connecting citizens to a moment of profound collective emotion, while simultaneously reflecting the Mint's ongoing efforts to balance commemorative artistry with mass production efficiency, as evidenced by the copper-nickel-clad composition consisting of a pure copper core between outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. A design that preserved the silver-like appearance of the coin while significantly reducing production costs and ensuring durability for circulation. The obverse design, created by Chief Engraver Gilroy Roberts, features a left-facing portrait of Kennedy, whose youthful and confident profile is rendered in fine detail, with hairlines, cheek contours, and jawlines that capture both realism and an idealized presidential aura, while the word liberty arches prominently across the upper rim, signaling the nation's foundational ideal, and the national motto, "In God We Trust," is inscribed below the portrait in a split layout on either side of Kennedy's neck, demonstrating both aesthetic balance and symbolic resonance, with the date 1971 positioned along the lower rim, firmly marking this coin as part of the first non-silver Kennedy half-dollars produced for circulation, while its smooth history of Philadelphia mint production without a mint mark distinguishes it from coins produced in Denver, marked D, or San Francisco, marked S, each of which may carry different historical and collector significance. On the reverse, the coin features Frank Gasparo's adaptation of the presidential seal, depicting a heraldic eagle with wings fully outstretched, clutching an olive branch in its right talon and a bundle of arrows in its left, a dual symbol of the nation's commitment to peace and readiness for defense, while a banner above the eagle reads E Pluribus Unum, emphasizing the American principle of unity from diversity, and a radiant circle of stars above the eagle represents the original 13 states, while the inscriptions United States of America and half-dollar appear. along the top and bottom rims, identifying the country of origin and denomination. This reverse design, notable for its detailed engraving and symbolic content, balances practicality for mass striking with aesthetic richness, allowing both collectors and the general public to recognize its significance and admire its artistry. The coin measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter, 2.15 millimeters in thickness, and weighs 11.34 grams, consistent with other post-1971 clad half dollars, and features a reeded edge that connects it to historical coinage traditions, originally implemented to prevent clipping when coins contained precious metals, while maintaining visual and tactile continuity across U.S. denominations. The 1971 Philadelphia mintage was substantial, with over 50 million coins produced, reflecting both the ongoing popularity of the Kennedy design and the practical demands of circulation. Although the half dollar by 1971 was already beginning to fall out of everyday pocket use, as smaller denominations like quarters, dimes, and nickels dominated transactions. Consequently, many of these coins were saved by collectors or remained in bank vaults, contributing to the relatively high survival rate of well-preserved examples available to collectors today. In terms of value, circulated 1971 no-mint mark Kennedy half dollars typically trade at or slightly above face value due to their high mintage and common availability, whereas uncirculated specimens graded by professional services such as MS-63 to MS-65 or higher can command premiums, especially when they exhibit sharp strike quality, original luster, and eye-catching toning. Furthermore, coins displaying minting errors such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, clipped planches, or unusual die varieties are particularly prized, often fetching significant additional value among specialized error coin collectors, illustrating the intersection of technical minting processes and collector demand, and highlighting the nuanced factors that influence numismatic valuation. Beyond technical specifications, the 1971 Kennedy half dollar holds cultural and historical significance as it represents a nation continuing to commemorate a beloved president while adapting to changing economic and metallurgical realities. Its obverse immortalizes Kennedy's image at a time when America was grappling with social and economic challenges, including the ongoing effects of inflation, shifts in consumer behavior, and debates over the role of coinage in daily life, while its reverse symbolizes the enduring ideals of the United States through iconic heraldic imagery, reinforcing national identity and continuity. The coin also provides insights into the artistic and engineering capabilities of the U.S. Mint, where designers like Roberts and Gasparo skillfully translated abstract national ideals into durable, mass-producible coinage that could be appreciated both as currency and as miniature works of art. Collectors worldwide, including enthusiasts in countries such as Pakistan, value the 1971 no-mint mark Kennedy half dollar both for its historical resonance and for its aesthetic qualities, incorporating it into series collections that trace the evolution of Kennedy half dollars from their silver origins to modern clad issues, observing variations in strike quality, luster, and design details across mint years, while also appreciating the coin's role as a tangible link to an iconic American leader. From a historical perspective, the coin represents the post-1960s era of U.S. coinage, a period characterized by metallurgical changes, high mintage volumes, evolving collector interest, and the continuing desire to memorialize important figures through currency, offering a multi-layered narrative that encompasses politics, culture, economics, artistry, and national symbolism. In conclusion, the 1971 no-mint mark Kennedy half dollar serves as both a functional piece of currency and a commemorative artifact, preserving the legacy of President Kennedy, showcasing the technical and artistic achievements of the United States Mint, and providing collectors and historians with a rich, enduring object of study and admiration. Its design, composition, historical context, and collector relevance make it a compelling coin that continues to attract interest, appreciation, and scholarly attention, representing a bridge between the past and present and reminding the world of the enduring power of coinage as both art and symbol. The 1974 no-mint mark Kennedy half dollar, officially part of the Kennedy half dollar series produced by the United States Mint, represents one of the most historically significant and culturally resonant coinage issues in modern American numismatics, embodying not only the memory and legacy of the 35th President of the United States, John F. Kennedy, but also reflecting broader economic, political, and artistic trends in U.S. coin production during the late 20th century. Following Kennedy's assassination in 1963, the United States Mint, responding to national mourning and the desire to memorialize a leader whose impact transcended political boundaries, rapidly designed and released the Kennedy half-dollar in 1964, originally struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, setting a precedent for commemorative circulation coins that carried both monetary and symbolic weight, and by 1974, the series had fully transitioned to the copper-nickel clad composition introduced in 1971, which consisted of a pure copper core sandwiched between outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a change that reduced production costs while maintaining the coin's silvery aesthetic, durability, and recognizability, and the 1974 no-mint mark coin, struck in Philadelphia, bears the hallmark of the mint's long-standing tradition of producing circulation coins without a mint mark in that era, highlighting the Philadelphia facility's central role in national coinage and its contribution to both everyday commerce and the burgeoning collector market. The obverse design, crafted by chief engraver Gilroy Roberts, presents a striking left-facing portrait of President Kennedy, capturing his youthful features, distinctive profile, and iconic hairstyle in a manner that blends realism with a stylized formality suitable for coinage. The word liberty arches prominently across the upper rim, immediately signaling the nation's core philosophical ideal, while the national motto, "In God We Trust," appears below the portrait, split elegantly on either side of the neck, underscoring both tradition and patriotism, and the date 1974 positioned at the base of the coin, in conjunction with the absent mint mark, firmly identifies this example as a Philadelphia-struck specimen, thereby distinguishing it from coins struck at Denver or San Francisco, which are marked with their respective mint letters and which often carry different collector interest and market value. On the reverse, Frank Gasparo's adaptation of the presidential seal dominates the central field, depicting a heraldic eagle with wings outstretched, clutching an olive branch in the right talon and a bundle of arrows in the left, symbolizing the dual priorities of peace and preparedness, while above the eagle's head, a radiant constellation of stars represents the unity of the original 13 states, with the banner inscribed, E pluribus unum, reinforcing the Central American concept of unity from diversity, and the inscriptions United States of America and half-dollar encircle the design, providing denomination and national identification, all rendered with meticulous attention to proportion, balance, and relief depth, which allows for strong visual impact even under moderate wear, reflecting both artistic sophistication and practical considerations of coin minting. The 1974 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter, 2.15 millimeters in thickness, and weighs 11.34 grams, maintaining continuity with previous post-1971 issues. The coin's reeded edge, a vestige from the era of silver coinage designed to prevent clipping, serves both functional and aesthetic purposes, providing tactile feedback and continuity with other denominations, while the copper-nickel clad composition offers long-lasting durability for circulation and handling. Mintage figures for the 1974 Philadelphia struck half-dollar were substantial, exceeding 40 million pieces. Yet despite the large output, half-dollars had largely fallen out of everyday pocket circulation by the 1970s, as smaller denominations like quarters and dimes dominated transactional usage. Many coins therefore were retained by collectors, banks, or the general public, resulting in a higher survival rate of relatively well-preserved specimens, which contributes to both their accessibility and variability in grade, from heavily circulated examples showing wear on high points such as Kennedy's cheek and hair to pristine uncirculated specimens that retain full mint luster and crisp detail. Collector value for the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark varies depending on condition, provenance, and demand, with circulated coins generally trading at or near face value, while uncirculated mint state coins, particularly those graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services, command a premium due to their visual appeal and collectability. Exceptional specimens exhibiting deep cameo contrast, original toning, or minimal contact marks are especially sought after in the numismatic community, and the presence of minor mint errors, such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, or planchette anomalies, can dramatically increase desirability and market value, creating a niche subset of error collectors who prize such variations for both rarity and the insight they provide into the minting process. Beyond technical specifications and market considerations, the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar holds broader cultural and historical significance, serving as a tangible reminder of a nation's response to tragedy, the enduring popularity of Kennedy as a symbol of hope and progress, and the U.S. Mint's ability to balance mass production with artistic commemoration. The coin also reflects the economic conditions of the 1970s, including inflation and changing patterns in currency circulation, while simultaneously maintaining continuity with a series that continues to be recognized, collected, and appreciated worldwide, from North America to Europe and Asia, including Pakistan, where collectors value the coin both as a piece of American history and as an aesthetically compelling item for display, education, and collection. Collectors often integrate the 1974 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar into broader sets that trace design changes, minting variations, and historical milestones throughout the Kennedy series, observing subtle shifts in relief, luster, and strike quality over time. And the coin's large size, iconic portrait, and enduring design make it particularly well-suited for display in albums, frames, or educational contexts. It is admired not only for its historical narrative but also for its craftsmanship, reflecting the precision, skill, and artistry of the United States Mint and the engravers who translated national ideals into tangible metal form. The Kennedy half-dollar, including the 1974 Philadelphia issue, continues to inspire collectors, educators, and historians due to its unique position at the intersection of memory, monetary function, and design innovation, allowing each coin to serve simultaneously as currency, commemorative artifact, and educational tool. Whether discovered in circulation, purchased from a dealer, inherited in a collection, or examined as a collectible investment, the 1974 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar remains a compelling object that connects modern audiences with the enduring legacy of President Kennedy, the artistry of mid to late 20th century American coinage, and the broader narrative of national identity, unity, and historical reflection, offering a multi-layered experience. The 1997 D. Kennedy half-dollar is a prominent example of modern United States coinage, belonging to the Kennedy half-dollar series that was first introduced in 1964 to commemorate President John F. Kennedy following his assassination in 1963, and this coin, struck at the Denver Mint as indicated by the D Mint mark, reflects both the historical legacy of Kennedy as a symbol of national unity and the ongoing evolution of U.S. coinage through the late 20th century, a period marked by changes in composition, circulation patterns, and collector interest. The Kennedy half-dollar series itself is significant in American numismatics as it combines functional currency with commemorative artistry, embodying the cultural, historical, and aesthetic values of the United States while providing a tangible connection to one of its most beloved presidents, whose image was immortalized by Chief Engraver Gilroy Roberts on the obverse of the coin, featuring a left-facing portrait that captures Kennedy's youthful and charismatic profile, with finely detailed hairlines, cheekbone contours, and jawline, creating a balance of realism and symbolic gravitas suitable for a coin intended for both circulation and commemoration, while the word liberty arches prominently across the top edge, signaling one of the nation's core principles, and the inscription "In God We Trust" appears below the portrait, split on either side of Kennedy's neck, reinforcing the traditional motto of the United States, with the date 1997 located at the bottom and the D Mint mark positioned just above the date, identifying it specifically as a Denver Mint production, distinguishing it from coins minted at Philadelphia or San Francisco, which have different mint designations and often vary in collector demand. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, features the adapted presidential seal, a heraldic eagle with wings fully extended, clutching an olive branch in its right talon and a bundle of arrows in its left, a dual symbol of the nation's commitment to peace and readiness for defense, while above the eagle's head is a banner reading E Pluribus Unum, emphasizing the principle of unity among states, surrounded by a radiant circle of stars representing the original 13 colonies, and encircled by the inscriptions United States of America along the upper rim and half-dollar along the lower rim, giving the coin its denomination and national identity, with the entire reverse design reflecting meticulous engraving, balanced proportions, and a combination of artistic and symbolic intent, ensuring that both the obverse and reverse serve as embodiments of American ideals and visual representations of national pride. Physically, the 1997 D. Kennedy half-dollar measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter, 2.15 millimeters in thickness, and weighs 11.34 grams. Consistent with post-1971 copper-nickel-clad Kennedy half-dollars, which replaced silver content in regular circulation coins to maintain cost efficiency and durability while retaining the traditional silver-like appearance, and the coin features a reeded edge, a carryover from the era when silver and gold coins were susceptible to clipping, providing both a tactile feature and aesthetic continuity across higher-denomination U.S. coinage. The 1997 D mintage for circulation was lower than mid-20th century issues, reflecting the decreased use of half dollars in daily commerce by the 1990s, as consumers increasingly favored smaller denominations, while many coins were saved by collectors or remained in bank vaults, resulting in a higher number of well-preserved coins available for contemporary numismatists. In terms of collector value, circulated 1997 D Kennedy half dollars generally trade near face value due to their abundance, but uncirculated mint state coins, particularly those graded MS-63 and higher, can carry a premium depending on strike quality, luster, and eye appeal, and coins exhibiting minor mint errors, such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, or planchette anomalies, are highly prized by collectors specializing in error coins, illustrating the intersection of minting processes, rarity, and collector demand. The historical and cultural context of the 1997 D Kennedy half dollar further enhances its significance. Although it was not issued to commemorate a specific anniversary of Kennedy's presidency, it represents the continued national reverence for Kennedy's legacy, his impact on American politics, civil rights, and culture, and the enduring symbolism of the Kennedy image as a representation of leadership, optimism, and public service. Numismatically, the 1997 D coin reflects the technological capabilities of the Denver Mint in the late 1990s, showcasing consistent high-quality strikes, precise engraving, and the ability to produce coins for both circulation and the collector market, as well as the Mint's adaptation to economic realities such as reducing precious metal content while maintaining collector appeal. Collectors worldwide, including enthusiasts in countries such as Pakistan, value the 1997 D Kennedy half dollar not only as a piece of American history, but also for its aesthetic qualities and its role in completing full-series collections of Kennedy half dollars, noting differences in mint mark, strike quality, and condition across different years, while also using it as an educational tool to understand U.S. coinage history, design evolution, and national symbolism. Beyond numismatic and collector considerations, the coin serves as a cultural artifact, reflecting America's late 20th century coinage practices, the enduring popularity of Kennedy as a figure, and the ongoing balance between functional currency and commemorative significance, illustrating how coins can simultaneously fulfill practical monetary roles and serve as lasting symbols of national identity, history, and artistic achievement. In terms of preservation and collection strategies, collectors are advised to handle 1997 D Kennedy half dollars carefully, maintaining them in protective holders to prevent scratches or loss of luster, and to consider professional grading for coins intended for serious investment or registry sets, where uncirculated specimens can provide both aesthetic satisfaction and market value. The coin also invites comparison with other Kennedy half dollar issues, highlighting subtle differences in strike depth, luster, and detail that emerge due to minting variations over decades, offering collectors and historians an opportunity to study trends in U.S. minting technology, artistry, and production techniques, while also tracing shifts in coin circulation patterns, public engagement with half dollars, and the evolution of collector interest over time. Ultimately, the 1997 D Kennedy half dollar embodies the intersection of history, art, culture, and numismatics, preserving the legacy of President Kennedy, showcasing the technical and artistic achievements of the United States Mint, and offering collectors, educators, and enthusiasts a tangible connection to American ideals, coinage heritage, and the enduring symbolism of one of the nation's most iconic leaders, making it a coin of enduring interest and relevance to numismatists worldwide. With value derived not only from its metal content and condition but also from its historical context, aesthetic qualities, minting accuracy, and symbolic resonance, ensuring that it remains a meaningful collectible for generations to come.